Evening, Bullish family. Good morning. There's a lot going on in the world of crypto. Welcome to the Bullish Network. Let's get this channel to 18,000 subscribers. I went deeper down the rabbit hole on the podcast video I dropped today, and I uncovered some more things that are very interesting. Developer gets $23 million tax break to build apartments, retail space in Cooper Young, and this is Memphis commercial, and this is what they were building with Bitcoin. Building with Bitcoin right here. Also, I did track this down. Memphis property investor pleads guilty to stealing nearly 3.4 billion in Bitcoin. So Memphis property. So basically, we talked about this on the live stream yesterday or today. I haven't really decided. I might drop this video tonight or just have it going up early in the morning. I'm not sure. But I wanted to put together kind of a video on what we talked about on the live stream, and I did go deeper down the rabbit hole on this property and this 3.3 billion that was uncovered in the 10 and the guy's floor safe. So I was more or less interested in the investors and the property that was seized through this B&H investments. So I did some more research on them, and that's why I tracked this actually really good article right here. A man with documented investments in Memphis properties pleads guilty to stealing a historic amount of Bitcoin. And actually, this video is just so much better the way they say it. But it's ironic that I found a video that says everything I said about all the research I put together the last 2 days. So it definitely was a newsworthy story. So Bitcoin valued at 3.4 billion. Federal investigators announced on Monday. For almost 10 years, the whereabouts of a massive chunk of missing Bitcoin have ballooned into over 3.3 billion. That is wow. So back in 2012, Department of Justice said that James Zong committed wire fraud for stealing 50,000 Bitcoin from Silk Road. And this is basically, I'm just taking the rabbit hole a little bit deeper. We talked about this on the new Spotify podcast. I started a lot more information on there. I will link that podcast. Pretty much this is like an ongoing series I'm kind of doing. And actually, guys, the rabbit hole is going to go way deeper because I uncovered some more stuff. Described it as the largest cryptocurrency seizure in the history of the department, of the second largest financial seizure ever. Second largest seizure in the Department of Justice history is in Bitcoin, digital currency. I'm telling you guys, you may not be a big Bitcoin fan, but I'm telling you, there's no telling what the price of Bitcoin is going to be in 2023. That's for sure. And I'll move on from this article. Okay. That's why I want to pull this article up, because it makes my mouse act kind of funny. Last thing we need right now, trying to make a quick video, because I just want to make a quick video here. Wireless mouses are not all they're cracked up to be. I'll tell you that. So, on this right here, on the research I did on this Tennessee and property investment firm. This damn mouse is loading. This thing has been doing this a lot with this Memphis article. And this, I try to go through these case numbers and these documents. I got so much news pulled up here. Damn ads popping everywhere. It's these ads on this thing right here, on this Fox 13 thing. Let me see if I can even get rid of that, because they're trying to run 1 million ads on this thing, which slows down the computer. So my apologies about this little quick brief delay. It says not responding, so it's loading. I don't know, the Wi-Fi has been acting kind of weird. Let me see. I'm just trying to get rid of this clip, because damn, I do not want to start this video all over again. There we go. U.S. Bankruptcy Court, Western District of Tennessee bankruptcy petition. So basically, I started doing more research on the firm that was tied to the Bitcoin guy. Damn, it pulled the article right off of me. Right there, I went to some Netflix stuff. What the hell is going on here? I'm telling you guys, since I started researching this kind of stuff, I will tell you, my computer has been acting crazy. So that actually was the... I'll just tell you what I was looking at, guys. I'll pull it up tomorrow for the live. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Basically, it's the bankruptcy document for R&D investments. I told you, basically, the guy that caught with the 3.3 billion in Bitcoin basically that was seized. Now they also seized 80% of R&D investments. It's R&D Enterprise right here. So I did more research. As a father and son team aimed at transferring and building near medical. So this is R&D Investments father and son team. I did a lot of research on this, guys, just because I was really interested in what they were doing. Here's Clayton Kemker right here, managing partner at R&D Investments. So this is the guy that was tied to Mr. Zong, Jimmy Zong, the Bitcoin guy, and they had 80% interest in the company R&D. And I did put a news article in my Telegram group. You guys got to check the article out. But what's interesting, it's a father and son team. I did more research on it, pretty much, and I found something else that said this is like his first investment. R&D Investments, it says father and son team, R&D Investments. Somewhere in here it just says it's his first investment. Kemker R&D Investments will cost about $2 million. Will be completed in December. I'm just clipping through here because I want to make a quick video. Let's talk about that in 1 second. So here's the podcast I put up that started the rabbit hole. New episode up on podcast season 2, super deep dive, never heard before, proof why crypto crashed in November 12th, 2021. So this is kind of where the rabbit hole actually started, as far as the first seizure of the 3 billion in Bitcoin was kind of under wraps in November of 2021, which all the news is coming out of this October, November is coming out now, which now they're realizing these properties are in Memphis are tied to this also. So they actually stopped construction on these properties, and they're dumping big money into these properties. One thing I found pretty interesting here in the beginning is developer gets 23 million tax breaks. So basically, here goes the property. Memphis developers are planning mixed-use development, Cooper, right here. That would be young, that could have more than 350 apartments and 2 parking garages. And this is in Memphis right here. Memphis Council approves this. The developer gets a $23 million tax break. So if you kind of look at the situation right here, this is Bitcoin from Silk Road basically being spent in Memphis. I actually had a hell of a line that I wanted to write down a minute ago. I kind of forget what it was, but basically Bitcoin building Memphis. And the developer proposed, now this is what they proposed, a $76 million development, a $76 million development in Cooper Young has been approved for a $23 million tax break. So this is actually what they proposed and was approved and has been approved for a $23 million tax break, and they're going to spend about $100 million damn near. It's a 20-year tax break. The project will be worth about $23 million. So basically, and I read through this to speed the video up, over a 20-year period, they estimate what the taxes would be worth for the property. And they're pretty much going to waive them fees for 20 years. So basically, Bitcoin built this building, and they got a hell of a tax break. So it's just ironic that the same Bitcoin from Silk Road and Ross Albright is basically being used today in Memphis. It's kind of wild. So basically, the city and council tax land total 131 annually million. So basically, 131K they would get every year. And during the life of the tax incentive, annual tax generated would be about 10 million. So basically, in total, once it's all done, they save about $23 million. That's pretty amazing right there. I was going to talk more about this a little bit, but I'm not really going to now because I want to get the video up. But the Sam Bankman thing, Sam Waters, it's amazing how this guy kind of like just rub elbows with so many people that's these elected officials, and he was spending a boatload of money on in DC basically. I don't know what the hell this guy was thinking. He was up to something. I guess his parents are connected to DC, and I don't know. He wanted to seem cool with them. So basically, you know, it's a lot coming out with that right there. This is getting interesting. Thousands petition for congressional investigation of alleged Gensler SBF links. Now this is getting good. Ripple defense lawyer John Denton Crypto Law website has a petition app, and readers are urging Congress to look into suspicious meeting and other questionable links to SBF and Gary Gensler. Almost 4,000 people have used Crypto Law petition app to demand that Congress investigate United States Security and Exchange Commissioner head Gary Gensler actions and the FTX fraud. So that right there, evidence has emerged that proves Gensler met with FTX Sam Bankman before the $14 billion collapse of FTX. Members of Congress have already been informed that Gensler was working with Bankman to give FTX a regulatory free pass. Hey, that's right up Gensler's alley, ain't it? With the whole ETH free pass and all. So it looks like Gary Gensler may be in hot water. So, what's crazy is if you kind of look at this right here, Bitcoin really is a really new concept on just following the blockchain and following the money. Here's Clayton Kemker right here, managing partner R&D. And this is what I found right here. Frank Kemker and his son Clayton Kemker plan to remake commercial buildings in Memphis. So basically his dad is the real builder, and he's just, I guess he's friends with the Bitcoiner. And trust me, I'll be doing a lot more deep diving on this. I'm not done with this rabbit hole. So make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all who checked out the podcast. We did a whole different